Often when you're working in comic books, there's two paths you can take.
Come on. Come on.
It is Monday and it's a big day. It's massive. It's something that has been 20 years in the making. Not because it took 20 years, but because I've been in the industry for over 20 years. And for the first time, I'm finally working on a creator-owned book. Not only that, I'm working on it with my good friend, Scott Snyder. We're ready to announce this book.
Ooh, I'm sorry, baby. I don't mean to be rude. Yeah. I'm just a little different from all these dudes. Okay, they riding waves. Me, I'm up on a cruise. Yeah. You feel like me, then you got nothing to prove. I see him trying to do what I do. Yeah. Even Mick Jagger couldn't move like a move. Yeah.
We've been working on this for so long, and for the first time, we finally get to talk about it. This isn't quite a vlog, but I am gonna take you through my day. The article is gonna go live in about 45 minutes. I don't know, maybe I'll film my reaction to it. Oh, I haven't seen any of this. That looks really cool. Phila Latte is really good.
Yeah.
Jock, right? Panosian. Self-doubt is like creepy.
That's his name. Oh, that was cool.
It doesn't feel as awesome now that when I see the other stuff.
I'm up on the moon, yeah. Got fresh to death and it came out of the tomb. That's cause I got a different type of gratitude. Don't be sour, got my power from the Beatitudes. And we did it the long way, check out the latitude. I'm unapologetic.
The artists involved in this thing is just insane. It's daunting because how do you stand out in a group of these amazing talent? But at the same time, it's also so cool. Even though we're all working on different books, it feels more like a community, like a team. Believe it or not, I haven't had any coffee yet, but I am so pumped. I am so excited. I feel like I'm gonna be saying that all day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's just my attitude. Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. If I was you, I'd probably be getting mad too. Yeah, I know now.
Okay, so let me tell you why this is such a big deal. Often when you're working in comic books, there's two paths you can take.
Okay, let's break it down. First, there's working independently. This is the self-publishing route, whether it's raising funds through Kickstarter or working with smaller publishers. Next, there's corporations. This is work for hire stuff. We're talking the big boys, DC and Marvel. Then, here's you. Where do you decide? Where do you go? There's no perfect answer. But if you went the independent route, you get to own the rights to the work that you've created. As a result, you have complete creative freedom. You can do whatever you want. You can take the story or your art in whatever direction that you choose. Now, another positive is you will own this stuff in perpetuity and hopefully make money for the rest of your life off of your hard work. As an independent creator, there's many things that could go right, but there's also many things that could go wrong. You're the one taking all the risk, but as a result, you have complete autonomy.
My studio mate, Trivon, back.
Oh, is this a picture or a video?
He's been creating comic books that are his own creations, his own characters. That's how he broke into comics. And the irony of it is that the attention that he's garnering from his independent stuff is leading to corporate work. So here at the studio, Big Kickers Collective, we're kind of coming at this transitional period where we are overlapping in our careers. Let me show you what Tri's stuff looks like. This is his creator-owned comic book that he's working on with Irma Knivola, and he also has this other creator-owned book that's being published by Dupuis over in France. So he's doing some really, really exciting stuff. He's not here right now. Actually, here it is. Check it out. So this is the cover of Skybound X, showcasing a lot of the new books that they have coming out. The other way is you start out corporate and work your way towards being independent, essentially working your way through the ranks of Marvel or DC. I've clearly taken path 2.
When you work for a corporation like DC or Marvel, you get a page rate. This ranges from a living wage to exceptionally well, but you also get to tap into an established fan base. Especially when you're brand new, this is really important. You also get financial stability. When you have an exclusive contract, you're guaranteed a certain amount of work. Now, this is a big one because it could go either way. It could go 0 to a lot of money, which are royalties. Especially when you're working on those bigger books, it can be quite lucrative. I have these blocks in the studio for my daughter to play with whenever she's here, but for this purpose, we're gonna use it to show the pros and cons. When you're indie, you own the rights. You have creative freedom. You own that stuff forever, and you can do whatever you want. The cons are, you might not have a page rate. You certainly won't have stability. You probably will have to establish your own fan base. And even if you do the best work of your life, failure could mean financial disaster.
Tell me about your symptoms.
Yeah.
So, like, should we just wait it out for an hour and see how... Like, I don't want to panic and take her in for, like, I don't know, she needs to go poop or something, right?
Right.
So, like,
okay. Well, then just give her soup. I'll go. I'll stop by the store. Okay. So, quick change of plans. Octavia is not feeling very well. I gotta go home. Kid's not feeling well.
Looking at the pros and cons of working for a corporation, all of these things are very beneficial when you have a family. They're not just beneficial, they're crucial. But what you're giving up, is it something that's going to bother you? Is it something that's going to chip away at your creativity? I don't know. Ultimately, it's up for you to decide which path you want to take. There's no right or wrong answer. What's right now could be wrong later on, and what's wrong right now could be right later on. Now, here's something else I failed to tell you. Sometimes you don't get to choose that path. Sometimes that path reveals itself, and you just go down that road. It just so happened that in my career, the path of least resistance was actually working for a corporation. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still an extremely difficult industry to break into, especially getting into the big two. And for that, I'm extremely fortunate. The most important thing that you do is that you go down the road, you pursue that road, wherever it may lead you. For me, it's time to grab that creative freedom and attain my autonomy. Now, because Scott and I have been in this industry for a very long time, we've established a core group of readers, and because of your support, you're allowing us to write our own ticket. We've managed to get an investor. Now, investor isn't quite the right word because they don't own anything. We do. But because of their financial backing, we managed to get page rates. Now, as an independent creator, we have stability. the cards now seem stacked in our favor. I mean, a company deemed our work bankable enough to risk their money. Is there still a possibility for failure? Of course. Ultimately, it's up to you, the audience. It's you guys who decides whether this is a book that's worth a read. Here's the thing about failure. It's only temporary. At the end of the day, you still got to create and own something. And you own it forever. Losing money isn't permanent. You can make money off of your own work later on. And you got the creative freedom to express yourself and write and draw these crazy stories that you want to see on the stands, the kind of books that you can't wait to read, and hopefully others will like it too. And as a result of that, you get something called fulfillment. That's something that you can't buy, it's something that nobody can pay you, and it's something that you certainly don't get to lose. When you take a chance and bet on yourself, I think that's a win every time.
You have a stomachache, so you got your game?
I can move now. Tell Mom they're gonna be here now.
I guess a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down, huh?
I think my plan didn't work.
Your plan didn't work? What was your plan?
Taking a warm bath, watching TV.
And then?
And soup.
And soup noodles.
I'm ready again. Let's go.
James, okay.
This is not the snow over here.
So, the kids are finally asleep, and everything's okay. Octavia's doing just fine. I think she caught a bit of a stomach flu or something earlier in the afternoon, and it freaked Rachel out, especially, you know, with this pandemic. You can't be too careful since, you know, stomach stuff is kind of a symptom. It was nothing that ginger ale and sparkling water couldn't fix with a dash of cartoon, and she's fine. In fact, she only went to bed about 20 minutes ago. It's like, it's 11:30 now. I'm exhausted. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, so we're back in the studio. I hope that you guys enjoyed this behind the scenes look of what it was like during announcement day. It didn't go exactly as planned. My kid's actually doing really well after a day of watching movies and playing video games and drinking Perrier and ginger ale. I do have a few more things to say about the two career paths. It's cyclical. Whether you start off working independently or whether you start off working for a corporation like DC or Marvel, one path leads to another. It's more of a circle. In my opinion, it's all about the work and the quality of it. Whether you're starting in independent or corporate comics, I believe that success in one will lead you into the other. Here's the thing, I owe a lot to DC Comics. Having worked there for as long as I have really helped me establish myself as an artist within the industry, but also it really helped with practical things like purchasing homes and having this studio and creating a stable life for my family, and getting a chance to write and draw characters like the Flash and Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. These are characters that I've loved since I was a kid. Getting a chance to do those has been an absolute honor. Now, it is due time. It's long overdue for me to turn my focus on creator-owned work. When I'm talking about that journey that you're gonna have, I've been on that road with DC for such a long time, and it's time for me to get off that freeway and enter a new path and pursue this new avenue for my art and pursue some of the different things that has presented itself for me in my career. For there's no right or wrong path. The important thing is that you just go. You take the opportunities that you're given, whether it's an opportunity to create your own work or to do work for others. Take that path. It's essentially do the work. You do the work, and hopefully success will follow whichever way you go. Like I said, this is still a scary thing. There's a lot of trepidation on my part, and we're very lucky and fortunate to be in this environment that allows us to pursue our own creations and at the same time have this stability. Anyways, I feel super lucky, and I hope all of you join Scott and I and all of the other artists. If you want to check out the books, head on down to Comixology Unlimited, subscribe. You can read my books, you can read all of the other books from Best Jacket Press, and you can read all of the other books that Comixology Original has to offer. I'm pretty sure there's like a 90-day free trial, or maybe it's 60, maybe it's 30. I don't remember. There's a free trial. Anyways, that's it for me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this new format. I'm experimenting with combining vlogging elements of instructional or passing off, I guess, some of my knowledge and experience that I've gained throughout my years in the industry. Obviously, the time lapse of art. Anyways, like and subscribe. I always want to say, hopefully I'll see you guys sooner than the last one. I'll just say I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I don't mean to be rude. Yeah. I'm just a little different from all these dudes. Okay, they riding waves, me, I'm up on a cruise. Yeah. You feel like me, then you got nothing to prove. I see him trying to do what I do. Yeah. Even Mick Jagger couldn't move like a move. Yeah. You think you're how it look? I'm up on the moon. Yeah. Got fresh to death and it came out of the tomb. That's cause I got a different type of gratitude. Don't be sour, got my power from the Beatitudes. And we did it the long way, check out the latitude. I'm unapologetically fly, no wonder why, that's just my attitude.